What about the use of the evergreen tree as a Christmas symbol? Isn't that idolatry and paganism? Among the concerns sometimes raised about Christmas, the use of evergreen trees often features prominently. For some, a decorated tree in the home appears uncomfortably close to pagan practice or even idolatry. The question deserves a careful and honest response, not a dismissive one, for it touches on how symbols function and where devotion truly lies. Historically, the Christian use of evergreens developed gradually and meaningfully. In the depths of winter, when decay seems to dominate, evergreens quietly testify to life that persists. For Christians, this became a visual reminder of Christ Himself, life unending, entering a dying world. The tree did not become an object of worship, but a teaching aid, pointing beyond itself. Many years before modern Christians started making use of the evergreen trees for Christmas, the Ethiopian church, which is one of the oldest Christian communities on earth, had a practice of decorating trees in their paradise place. They did this around the Advent Nativity season and used it to illustrate the story in Genesis. This play had major themes like the Garden of Eden, the Tree of Life, the fall of man, and the promise of redemption. It is from this play that we most likely have the earliest Christian symbolic use of the evergreen tree connected to Christmas. We also have the medieval European paradise plays that date back to the 11th and 13th centuries, and these plays were performed around December 24th. The Christians used an evergreen tree and decorated it with apples to represent the fall of man in the Garden of Eden. Later on, they started decorating the trees with wafers, which represent communion and redemption. Martin Luther, the great reformer, was credited with starting the tradition of putting lights on evergreen trees. According to tradition, he was walking at night and saw the lights of the stars coursing through the woods. And he wanted to teach his children about Jesus Christ, who is the light of the world. So he went home and set candles on a tree to represent the light of Christ breaking in the darkness. Some may appeal to biblical warnings about cutting down trees and decorating them, suggesting that these passages speak directly against Christmas trees. Yet in context, such warnings address the crafting of idols, trees shaped, carved, and treated as gods. A Christmas tree is not bowed to, prayed to, or trusted for blessing. It stands in the home not as a deity, but as a sign, much like a candle or a wreath. It is also worth noting that scripture frequently uses arboreal imagery in redemptive ways. Life begins in a garden. Wisdom is described as a tree of life. Redemption culminates with a tree whose leaves bring healing to the nations. The Christian story is not hostile to trees, it is rich with them. So the use of evergreen trees is neither paganism nor idolatry. When Christ is central, the tree is simply what it is, a created thing pressed into service as a reminder of a greater reality. You are doing well.